Deputies say his injuries are not life-threatening, but his car is totaled. It's a big relief for families, teachers, and school staff. $10 billion is headed to America's schools to test for the coronavirus. The Biden administration says it will distribute the federal funds for COVID testing in schools.
There has been a lot of concern and confusion for many people over the safe return to the classroom during this pandemic. The announcement comes as the CDC is considering reducing guidelines for distance in classrooms to 3 feet instead of 6. And as 18 states report at least 10% rise in new COVID cases. 2 key rulings are expected today in the Derek Chauvin murder case. One about a prior arrest of George Floyd, and the other about whether news of a multi-million-dollar settlement between Floyd's family and the city of Minneapolis is tainting potential jurors.
The judge dismissed 2 jurors yesterday who had been seated for the trial after re-questioning those jurors about the settlement. Chauvin's attorney says the city settlement in the middle of this jury selection is profoundly disturbing and unfair, and is requesting a delay in the trial, which the judge is considering. They're assessing damage across the southeast after violent storms spawned damaging tornadoes. Alabama and Mississippi took the brunt of it. The National Weather Service is confirming at least 2 twisters touched down yesterday. This video shows one near Billingsley, Alabama. Another massive funnel cloud was spotted sweeping through the city of Brookhaven, Mississippi, leaving behind damaged homes, uprooted trees, and dangerous debris on the ground.
Meanwhile, a large dust storm also smothered Lubbock, Texas. Visibility was less than a quarter of a mile for much of the day as winds gusted to more than 50 miles an hour. The dust and dirt that kicked up made it difficult for drivers, not unlike some of the problems we have around here with heavy winds and snow. But luckily this morning, pretty calm out there. A little cool right now, but no severe weather. We get a check of your forecast right now on this Thursday morning with meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, it's quiet, it's calm, and it's clear too. We get some nice sunrise views here this morning. This is our view in Fargo on our First Alert Skycam network, a live view of that sun coming up. So clear skies here today and finally get to brighten things up after several days in a row of gray conditions in the morning hours especially. So looking at some great weather to start off here today on this Thursday morning. It is a little chilly though. When you clear things out, that allows any heating you had from the day before to escape, especially when the wind is light and we don't keep that atmosphere moving and mixed. So we're looking at some temperatures that are below freezing again, but today a lot of us into the teens, especially in the north. Fargo's at 20 degrees right now. It's 16 in Grand Forks, 19 in Devil's Lake, a little frosty in some spots as well. You might want to get the car started sooner and get the defroster going if you park outside. 23 in Detroit Lakes and Thief River Falls, and Bemidji is at 16, and you can see calm reports coming in from some of those locations as well. So very quiet. We've got clear skies this morning throughout the valley. And as you're getting ready to head out the door, you'll want that extra layer this morning. You'll want that coat to start off the day, the heavier coat. The afternoon hours, though, it's going to feel a lot better. We're talking about some 40s to around 50 degrees coming up for this afternoon, and that light wind sticks around. So it should be really pleasant when we're factoring in a light breeze, some sunshine, and temperatures that are milder, running above average here. So should end up being a nice Thursday. We keep the dry streak and the sunny streak going into Friday and Saturday. However, that wind starts to pick up. We know it doesn't ease up for long here in the valley. We're going to see some gusts going tomorrow into the 20s and 30-mile-per-hour range here for Friday. And then continuing into Saturday, windy as well for your spring equinox for Saturday. That will be the warmest day of the next 7, and temperatures may even reach the 60-degree mark in a couple of spots on Saturday. Just have to factor in that wind, especially if you're going to be heading out and standing outside for a while, like if you're going to the parade on Saturday. Heading into Sunday, spring showers return. We'll be back into some 50s again Sunday. And next week, keeping an eye out for a larger storm system. Right now, models not in agreement on what we're going to see, but there is the potential for some snow or rain. And regardless, the moisture is needed and wanted in a lot of places. So that would be good if we could get that system, and hopefully it doesn't have too much impact on anybody who needs to get around. Of course, we'll have more on that as it gets closer. Still pretty far out. And until then, we get to enjoy lots of sunshine the next few days.
Enjoying the sunshine that we have. Lisa, thank you.
Advocates in Minnesota are pushing legislators to remove most juveniles from the state's predatory registry, arguing that it makes it difficult for young people to overcome societal barriers. Patty Wetterling helped create that registry back in 1991 after her 11-year-old son Jacob was kidnapped and killed.
She and others want state lawmakers to reevaluate the way that names get placed on that registry. She says children who harm children, it's different from a grown man hurting children. A Wisconsin judge is accused of uploading explicit pictures and video of children.
38-year-old Judge Brett Blom was arrested and charged with 7 counts of possession of child porn. Investigators tied him to the material through 2 email addresses, including one provided by Milwaukee County. The man accused of killing 8 people and injuring another in the Atlanta area is headed to court today. Robert Long was extradited to the Cherokee County yesterday morning, where he's expected to appear in court via Zoom this morning.
Long is charged with 4 counts of murder and 1 count of aggravated assault. He allegedly told investigators that he blames those massage spas where the shootings took place this week for providing him an outlet for his sex addiction.
The North Dakota State Attorney General is joining a 21-state lawsuit to block President Joe Biden's cancellation of the Keystone XL pipeline. The lawsuit says the president overstepped his authority and that Congress should have the final say on the project. The pipeline would carry crude oil from Western Canada's oil sands region to Gulf Coast refineries. President Biden canceled its permit over long-standing concerns that burning the crude would make climate change worse.
You have an extra month to file your taxes this year. The IRS is delaying the filing deadline until mid-May. The government wants to give Americans more time because the pandemic made taxes a bit more complicated for some, and the IRS is also swamped right now with its workload. But keep in mind, this is for your federal taxes. State taxes, in most cases, are still due by April 15th. Tribal employees of the White Earth Nation in northwest Minnesota are getting a big pay hike, and that starts this Saturday. NPR is reporting that the tribe is doubling the minimum wage from $8 to $16 an hour.
The increase applies only to businesses owned by the tribal government, like the Shooting Star Casino in Mahnomen. The tribe approved the increase to keep up with the cost of living and also to stay competitive in a job market that remains tight in spite of economic disruptions from the COVID-19 pandemic. White Earth is the largest tribal nation in Minnesota, and it's located just north of Detroit Lakes. The North Dakota State Senate has passed a bill preventing employees from suing an employer if they believe they got COVID-19 while on the job.
Supporters say that it provides small businesses protection from litigation, but opponents say that it gives immunity to companies that intentionally ignored health guidance.
It's really unfortunate that those vast majority of really good employers and really good workers have to take the brunt for those who did not do the right thing and potentially will not be held responsible because of it.
Republican Senator Jerry Klein says it's not a get-out-of-jail-free card for businesses. The bill would give companies protection through 2027.
St. Patrick's Day may have already been celebrated, but if you're looking for another reason to keep wearing green, maybe drinking green beer, check out the parade in downtown Fargo this weekend.
The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us live downtown with the details. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan and Lisa. I was just thinking about wearing green myself, but that's a pretty good idea as well. This is the 24th year for this parade, and right now I'm on NP Avenue and Forbes Street, right in downtown Fargo. This is where the parade is going to start this Saturday at 11 in the morning, so make sure you come out and enjoy it. Now, at first, they weren't even going to have this event because of this pandemic, but after asking the community directly what months they felt would be safest, they said January, February, and even March. So that's why this parade is still going on. So as you come out to check out this parade this weekend, see the vintage cars, the equestrian team, and the Irish clan that founded this parade many years ago. People in the parade will provide candy to the kids, but do not run out in the streets to get this candy. They will be provided from the parade people. Now, letting you know that the Boy Scouts and Lions Club will be in charge of crowd control. You just need to bring your mask, social distance, your smiles, and support.
Being a small business is hard anytime. It's been especially hard this past year. So we're hoping if we can get people to interact with downtown Fargo again, we can start seeing that foot traffic and our small businesses can start to thrive again.
Now, there's many more events you can check out this weekend along with that parade on Saturday. Now, children 4 to 12 can join the annual coloring contest. You can never go wrong with coloring. Everyone can check out the inaugural Irish Alley. That's another fun event you can check out as well. The NDSU game against UND will be played at Broadway Square. You can check that game out at 2 o'clock. So all these details can be found at valleynewslive.com. So again, if you're coming out to the parade, just make sure you're coming out and wearing your green. Show your support to these local businesses. Because of this pandemic, they need your help.
We're Bison Green, not Kelly Green for UND this week. Just kidding. Kelly Green is
Depending
kind
on
of
what
St.
town
Patrick's
you're
Day.
from.
That's
so,
true. That's true.
Either
Okay.
way, green's
both
on the
towns,
menu.
Both towns, both schools, it works.
Right.
Thank you, Brian. Brian Sherrod reporting live for us this morning. Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question: 54% of us have done this a lot less since the pandemic.
The answer is exercise. The perfect excuse to not do those push-ups or crunches, in my opinion.
We're binging Netflix instead. Can't leave the house. Can't go to the gym.
Remember that Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today, it rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather for you coming up right now on the Fargo CW. Have a great Thursday, everyone. Now on the Valley Today, big money for COVID testing in your child's school. And by big, we mean in the billions. Plus, pretty nice out there right now. At least it looks nice out there. A beautiful sunrise on our Thursday morning.